say, Lil Keed is insane. That being said, good morning to everyone. I'm recording this in the morning. But yeah, so I'm in this tournament for luxury gaming, and it's just a bunch of people like Hani and I guess Christian Reina and whatnot who just put up tournaments and see whoever wins the grand prize. Right now, the first place gets like 3 impermanences, so that's nice. This was my round 1. I'm playing Salamangreat, and for my round 1, I was playing against Sky Striker. I feel like that's just like the popular thing to play here on DB. Sky Striker is pretty free, and by free I mean like as long as you know how to activate cards, you can relatively have a pretty solid victory. I haven't seen anyone else play like other, but we'll see how it goes, man. I'm playing Salamangreat. Just showing off what I did against this guy. Sometimes when you play Salamangreat and you go against a striker matchup, you can either blow him out the water or not, So my opening hand was pretty nice. I end up starting with the circle on the draw phase, that way I don't get drooled. And then, my play could be debugged, but I don't want to get ogred. I have a safe bet here with the spinning, so I just proceed on with that. Chain link 1 is my Bailings, chain link 2 would be my Gazelle. And I think he's pretty much able to let me go all the way through with this. No objection from my opponent. The Gazelle did get Ash, but I already had the Roar in hand, so I'm not necessarily too afraid. And that means my Stalio, unless he has a Veiler or Impermanence, it's going to be able to special summon my Jaguar, which he doesn't. So from here on out, I feel pretty safe about everything. That also means my Desires in my hand is able to let me get what I need. Maybe some hand traps or whatnot. So after I reincarnate Link, obviously do the simple play, turn the Jaguar, link it off for the Bailings after I add the Gazelle and the Circle. And then from there, after that I just Desires, and I think I draw into like maybe a Phantasme. It probably was more likely a Veiler or something, maybe an Ash, but I don't really remember. No, you know what? It was a Gazelle and like something else. Yeah, Impermanence and Gazelle. There you go. So, that being said, I just set 3 pass with my established board. Hope that I don't get fucked over, but it ends up being a pretty nice game 1. He ends up doing the area 0 play. I'm like, cool, wish I had something for it, but I don't. And then he has Engage, which I'm like, dang, that's a pretty nice rip, not gonna lie. Afterwards, he sends the Ego Booster. I'm like, cool. He activates Engage, and I figured if he has no other Engage, I guess he has no real way to get into another one. So I just roared, and if he does have Ray and goes for Kagari, I have the Impermanence. He did send his Ego Booster to the grave, right? So he sets 3 pass. I can only imagine that one of those is a there can only be one, since that's what they're maining now. And just to test the waters, I tried to activate Stalio. He goes, there can only be one. I thought that the Foxy would send itself, but ruling is that it does never special summon in general, just because there can only be ones on the field at that point. So cool, I wasn't mad about it. I was like, okay, heard different, but it's alright. So I just keep the Wolf here. It's an obvious keep, it gets me back cards from the grave. I tried to use the effect. He goes Widow Anchor, and he didn't have 3 spells at the time, so couldn't take it. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and attack you directly. And basically what happens for the rest of the game. Sadly, the Impermanence was right there, not where there can only be one would be. It's alright though, we can trip it. He draws into, I think, Metal Foes Fusion or whatnot, and is able to rip open the Ray and adds it to hand, obviously. Gets the Desires and whatnot. And whenever he summons the Ray, he goes for Kagari for the Engage. Sadly, when I Impermanence his Kagari, he has his to negate mine. As the Engage, and I was thinking about something boozy in my head. I don't really remember what it was, but yeah, I was like, wait, Impermanence, and I was like, no, wait, I'm retarded. So yeah, with the Engage, he goes ahead and he adds multi-roll. Oh no, he has Widow Anchor. Okay, fair enough. He draws into the multi-roll actually is what happened, which I'm like, dang, you got really lucky. And goes ahead, hits my wolf. I'm like, cool, not mad about it, I lose 100 life points, but I have some pretty good cards in my hand, so. And then I got the Foxy, so if he does have like another, there can only be one, which I know he doesn't because this right there is a Widow Anchor, then I'll be able to remove it. He has Shark Cannon, he activates it and banishes the Spinny. Don't know why he didn't do that the other way around. The right play would have been, oh no, he did. Okay, cool. So yeah, sets that, and then from there, I end phase circle, search for, what is it? It's Foxy, and then, I should have searched the Spinny actually. I don't know why I went Foxy, but, whatever. I draw into the Reclusia, which is the card that I needed to really get me back into the game. Cause, a Widow Anchor alone can just interrupt what I want to do. Oh no, I guess I didn't have the Foxy. No, yeah, then that was 100% the smart play. Okay. I go ahead, use Reclusia, and try to bait out the Widow Anchor. The thing that struck me odd the most was the fact that he Widow Anchors his own monster, which means now the attack boost is like non-existent, right? Or diminishing, the attack lowering. So I'm like, okay, my card's still destroyed, fair enough, but now I get to go for my plays, I'm gonna go Foxy into Bailings, and then use Gazelle in my hand to send whatever the hell I want, and then from there, I'm gonna go, ditch the Spinny, so you're either hitting the Spinny, or you're hitting the Foxy, or you're hitting the Jaguar. It's one or the other. It can be both. So I send Gazelle from my hand to try to pop something after I summon it, but he goes ahead and banishes it. I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm gonna get rid of everything here at this point, so yeah, my plan is just to like get rid of everything that he's able to get, not only by attacking over the Shizuku, but by baiting out the Ray, making him use a Kigari, and then sending that back to the top of the deck. Also by getting rid of the multi-roll that he has. So from here on out, it's just strict play-by-play. I think I go for like Hira. I could be wrong. Yes, I do. And then I go for Kigari. And then from there, I go and make Stalio, because gotta bounce it back somehow. I detach for Stalio to go ahead, special summon the Falco. I link those two, but then I was like, no. I want to keep the Hira. I have the Falco here for a reason. I link away the Falco for Phoenix to get rid of the multi-roll, give him less options to get into another raid later on, and set the Roar off of Falco's effect. Then from here, I just go ahead and attack over the Shizuku, dealing 500, and then he goes Ray, cool. Attack over with Hira, he goes Chain for Kagari. I'm like, that's fair. And then he has Engage, and once he does that, I just go main phase 2, link that off for Wolf, and then target that, bounce it back to the hand, boom. From there, I just end. No need to reincarnate Link. I go Roar on the Engage, and I'm like, well, he has the other one, he has it. And he does not, so sighting goes into play. So from here, we both brick. I brick with the Super Poly, and the Buffalo not having a side burst. I side out Buffaloes and Digibugs, but whatever. I do have Ogre and Ash though, and Impermanence, so I'm like, okay, fair enough. If I can't play, neither can he. He goes for the Area Zero. I'm like, that's fine. Rips open the Engage, man. Striker players, dude, I swear. But I used to play Striker too, so I know how satisfying it is whenever you do see the Engage off of the field spell. He goes Roll, I go Ogre. He goes Engage, I go Ash. And then from here, he just has no other plays, so, I go, I should have gone Draw Phase, but I went Standby Phase, Circle. Doesn't matter, got Ash. Ash would have worked in the Draw Phase either way as well. And then I just set one card and pass, man, From here on out, he tries to keep going for that damn Area Zero, and it's just like a back and forth, like we're just trying to get what we need. Set 2 cards, and then I figured I don't need the Super Poly at this point, so I just stand my phase, destroy these 2 sets. One of them ends up being this card right here, and I'm like, dang. That's something I wish I did not hit, because I still can give it an option to search for the Engage, but I keep getting pretty fucking lucky, I'm not gonna lie. He did get it the first turn though, so no complaints, right? Again, I draw nothing, set that card. He draws nothing, he tries to go for a field spell, and Metalfoes Fusion, and trust me, he gets the jamming waves, but that's really it. From here, he hits my impermanence with the jamming waves, and draws into like a whole lot of nothing. After this, I finally draw the damn Foxy, and I go Bailings in to search the field spell, and that's Chainlink 2, the Buffalo's Chainlink 1, so I discarded that to draw 2 cards. I draw pretty good, you know. I'm able to use Foxy in the grave to special summon and actually start getting some plays off, but from what I remember, he has the Asher thing for my Stalio. I don't remember. Okay, he did not, yeah. I was getting way too ahead of myself. You see me sending that roar to the grave directly, immediately. Yeah, I popped his area 0 because I had the Ash in the hand, so I was like, whatever, you know, that means he's not getting a Ray. And then from here, I just deal damage, you know. From here, I reincarnate Link to Wolf, get the roar effect to set itself, and then I go ahead for the circle. So I have 3 interruptions, basically. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. From here, I think I go ahead and pop that set. That's another Metalfoes Fusion. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this man must play like 10 because he's been having it like for 3 straight turns. Finally sets that. Gets the Widow Anchor, and I'm like, well, I might have to negate it. You know, there's actually no other reason why I wouldn't. And if he has the engage, he has the engage, and I got lucky. He had the field spell in hand. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank God. We both bricked, but I guess I was able to draw out of it better than him. So, you know, that's always sad, you know. Just beating your opponent because you just drew nice at the end of the day. But when I play like, what is it, about almost 30 cybers, it makes sense. So, happens, dude. You know, I've been in the same situation. He was a pretty good sport about it. He kept drawing fusion off of fusion, which is like, what the fuck. But yeah. That was it. That was my round 1. I had won that first round, so I'll keep you guys updated with the second round, even showing you if I lose or not, cause you know, you just gotta. I did have a second life, and I lost that one. I super bricked game 2, man. It wasn't even funny. And then game 1, he just had the stones. I had nothing. So yeah, you know, whatever happens, I'm not really too upset because I won with my first life. So maybe I should have just kept the 1, but you guys tell me why. I don't know. Alright then, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed this game, you know. My friend Cam always says, Striker is the buy. I guess I see what you mean now. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. Alright then, guys, thank you for watching. Catch you later.